Welcome back. Now in this episode, I'm going to answer the question, how can I find tax sale properties near me? Well, folks, that's going to be a pretty easy one for me to answer and for you to answer. In the United States, there's over 3,000 plus counties, so you won't have to look too far. In addition to the 3,000 plus counties, there's another 1,400 municipalities. Now, all of these are separate taxing jurisdictions. So you're going to have counties in the east, one in the west, one in the north, one in the south. They're all over the place. All right, so every one of these counties is authorized to have a tax defaulted sale. That means a tax defaulted sale, that's an auction of a tax defaulted property. Over 3,000 counties and 1,400 municipalities. All right, now these are separate jurisdictions. That simply means each one of them is a government into themselves, and each one of them is allowed to, number one, levy taxes. Number two, if they're unpaid, they're allowed to confiscate those properties. And number three, they can have a tax defaulted auction. So finding tax sale properties near you is going to be a pretty easy proposition. So starting in your current location, you are really located in a place where you're surrounded by counties and by municipalities along the East Coast that are selling tax defaulted property. Now, each one of them will call it a tax sale auction, or they might call it a tax defaulted property auction. In many cases, they call it a sale, a county sale. All right, but the point is they're all auctions. So different properties are sold in different counties. So whatever they have available, they're going to sell, and they're going to sell, in many cases, for pennies on the dollar. So they're going to try to first recover the back taxes. That's what they want to do. They want to get at least the delinquent taxes repaid. So tax lien certificates and tax defaulted properties are sold across the United States. But all 3,000 counties will sell tax defaulted properties. They might call it a tax sale, but it's really a tax auction, okay, where the highest bidder will get the property. Highest bidder always gets it. Now, who makes the rules? Well, in the state is always governed by a legislature. The legislature makes the rules, then they push them down, and they have the county commissioners and the board of supervisors in the county. They have to execute the rules, and they tell the treasurer and the tax collector, go out there and levy the tax. If you can't collect the tax, well, then what you have to do is you're going to have to seize the property. After they seize it, they confiscate it, they sell it at auction, okay? That's all done by the legislature, okay? They meet regularly, and they do that all the time. I'll be right back with more information. Okay, now in every state in the United States, the legislature is the boss. They push the rules down to the county executes all that for them. So the county's going to execute the rules. So this means that you'll be able to find tax sale properties or tax defaulted properties in every county in the United States and in most of the municipalities in the United States. So you're going to be surrounded by this. There's going to be way too many. There's going to be over 5,000 tax auctions in the United States this year. All right, now, if the treasurer and the tax collector can't collect the money for taxes, they have one choice, and that is confiscate the property, then put it up for auction. Sometimes they'll start at $100. Sometimes they'll start at the back taxes. The only thing they're interested in doing is collecting the back taxes. Some of these properties are used and abused. Some of them are junk. Don't buy the junk. And then there's other properties that are in pretty good shape. They're well taken care of. You might have to paint and clean them up, but then they're ready to go. You could resell them, and you could live in them, whatever. Okay, so all of the real estate isn't perfect, but there's going to be plenty of it. So there'll be over 5,000 tax defaulted auctions across the country. Now, how are you going to know about this? Well, they're going to be on the county website, and they're also going to be advertised in the local newspaper. So you can follow both of those, newspaper and the county site, and you know when those auctions were going to be. You see those little white circles? That's how many auctions are taking place within that state in the next 90 days. This calendar updates every single day. I'm here today to show you how to make money. To do that, I'm going to show you briefly that there are thousands of tax defaulted real estate properties across the 3,000 plus counties in the United States. This is quite interesting. You're looking at the Ted Thomas Magic Interactive Map and Auction Calendar. It changes every day. Now, I created the calendar and the map so I would know how many auctions are taking place every day in the United States. Now I can show the little guy how to make money. Most importantly, I created this system so I could have an auction list for each auction 24/7. Now, in many instances, the county calls the process an auction. In other instances, they're going to call it a tax sale. It's always an auction to the highest bidder. The highest bidder will get the property. That means when you finish that auction, you're going to own a property. I don't care whether they called it a sale or whether they called it an auction. But the highest bidder that raises a hand is with the most money is going to get that property. And that's what happens at all tax defaulted auction. All right, so the government is authorized to do that in all the counties and all the municipalities across the United States. Now, they also sell tax lien certificates, but in most of those cases, they don't get sold, at least in Florida. The property doesn't get the final sale done until the person that owns the tax lien certificate has had the period expire where the person could redeem it. So the redemption period is important in Florida. It's usually 2 years. Other states, it might be as much as 3 years. All right, now everyone's there to give you advice. Everybody will tell you about tax liens. They'll tell you about tax defaulted property. They'll tell you about auctions. They always know the answers to all this. Now, some of these people are old. Some of them are young. Some of you are relatives. Some of them are people that don't even like you. They'll give you advice. Now, I'm here to tell you that people can't help you. And why can't they help you? Because they haven't studied tax liens and deeds. So how on earth are they going to help you? They have good intentions and want to help you, but you need to do this on your own. You need to study. If you don't understand it, get a coach and learn how to do it. Go to all the regulations and read those. Go to the statutes and read those. Don't buy tax defaulted property until you know what you're doing. So there's going to be plenty of opportunities out there, and there's going to be plenty of ways to make money, and you don't need a license from the governor of the state. You can get right in and get started right away. Now, if you don't have a coach or a mentor, that's a mistake. You want to get someone that's going to help you, because it not only will accelerate your learning, but it'll keep you from making big mistakes. All right. Now, what is the county going to do at properties that don't sell at the auction? This is a question that comes up all the time. People say, Ted, what if they don't sell it? What's going to happen? Are they going to give it away? No, they don't give it away. They actually take the property and they try to sell it more than one time at the auction. If that doesn't work, they move the property to another list. All right, now this video episode is about how can you find tax sale properties near you. Those lists have names on them. Surplus land, strike-off list, forfeited lands, leftover properties. I don't know all the different names for them, but those properties are setting on a list at your county right now. The county will sell you those properties if you know what to do. All right, what question am I answering? How can you find tax sale properties near you? They're not only on the county records, but if the county couldn't sell them, they transfer them to another list. That list is available. Anybody can buy from that list. All right, so they remove it from the regular list and they put it on a defaulted list that they're going to call lands available, leftover lands, strike-off list, forfeited lands. You're getting the idea. I don't know the name in every single county, but I can assure you there's property setting on the list there. Some are very bad, some are good. You just have to look at the list and find out if you could buy there. All right, now the county makes the rules of engagement. Expect the rules to be specific. All right, so if you don't know the rules, don't buy at that auction. Now, the successful bidders, number one, know the rules. Number two, understand that when the gavel comes down, the highest bidder will have won the property. So the highest bidder, when that gavel comes down, will now own the property. All right, now, you shouldn't wait until the gavel comes down to check on the condition of the property or find out if there's defects in the deed. You need to take that action way before the auction takes place. So this requires some due diligence in you understanding what to do. 5,000 auctions this year, so not to worry, there's going to be plenty for everybody. You need to check out the property before you do anything else. Now, before I leave, I want to let you know right below me, if you'd like to have an auction list, I have a sample list, and you can just register below me, and they'll send you an auction list. Now, don't buy property. Do not buy any property unless you've had boots on the ground and know what's going on and know what your exit strategy. Don't forget, request your free auction list right below me.